You know, it's like over the last 6 years, I think it is, that maybe more, maybe 7, that the Spirit of God has pointed out some of the things concerning Jesus to show his humanity, to show that he was flesh and blood, to show that he was made in the likeness of sinful flesh, as Romans 8:3 says, that what the law could not do, because it was through the sinful flesh, God did accomplish by sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, as Paul calls Jesus the second man, the last Adam, in 1 Corinthians 15 verses 45 through 47. You know, and the writer of Hebrews, talking about Jesus as a high priest, you know, he says, Christ glorified not himself to be made a high priest, but he who said, you know, you are my son, this day have I begotten thee, in verse 5. And then, look at, he says, as he also says in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, which is, I think, of Psalms 110 or 111, who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers with supplications, with strong cryings, with tears unto him that was able to save him from death, and was heard, and that he feared. And though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. And having been made perfect, he became the author, the initiator of eternal salvation to all that obey him. I mean, we gotta see the humanity of Christ, who Paul, when Luke gives testimony concerning the Jesus on the eve of his crucifixion, after he'd ate the Passover with his disciples, and he took John, James, and Peter with him to the garden and had them pray. Apart from him, a stone cast, one gospel says, why he prayed. And Luke says, gives testimony that Jesus, he not only prayed the same prayer 3 times, Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. He says, but nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou will. It is said that he sweated, as it were, great droplets of blood, that he was under so much stress and anguish from the temptation.